Governor Pete Ricketts provides Nebraskans an update on the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Governor Pete Ricketts provided an update on Nebraska's response to the coronavirus pandemic yesterday afternoon during a briefing in the governor's hearing room. Ricketts was joined by Tim Myers, president of WellCare of Nebraska, who discussed the steps these plans have taken to remove barriers to healthcare access during the pandemic. Angie Lind with Nebraska DHHS also highlighted the Nebraska Accommodation Project, which provides short-term housing so that Nebraskans can safely quarantine or isolate while protecting household members with a health condition.
All of these things that we have done have been to slow the spread of coronavirus in our state and ultimately preserve our hospital capacity. And you know, this is just another key point is that, look, this is a virus. We cannot stop it, but we can slow it enough to preserve our hospital capacity, and we've done that very, very successfully here in Nebraska. We've always been able to provide that hospital bed, that ICU bed, or that ventilator to anybody who has needed it when they've needed it. And currently in the state of Nebraska right now, our hospital capacity is at 37%, our ICU bed capacity is at 34%, and our ventilator capacity is at 83%.
Ricketts also encouraged residents to sign up for the coronavirus testing at testnebraska.com and says that the state has delivered nearly 250,000 tests through the program so far in 2020. Well, public health officials in the Panhandle say a Box Butte County man is the 9th person in the region to pass from COVID-19. During Monday's Panhandle COVID Unified Command briefing, Scottsbluff County Health Director Paulette Schnell said the man was in his 50s and had an underlying health condition. PPHD officials also said the area's risk dial remained in the yellow or moderate category, but the indicator did rise slightly over the past week. During yesterday's briefing, officials also announced there are 16 new cases and 18 recoveries since last Thursday's briefing, with a total cumulative positive rate of 5.9%. The new cases include 7 in Scottsbluff County, 6 in Box Butte County, 2 in Morrill County, and 1 new case in Cheyenne County. The recoveries include 6 in Box Butte County, 4 in Sheridan and Dawes counties, 2 in Morrill County, and 1 each in Cheyenne and Grant counties. Through Monday evening, the Panhandle has seen 810 positive cases, 716 recoveries, 9 deaths, leaving 85 active cases. Those active cases include 41 in Scottsbluff County, 16 in Box Butte County, 9 in Sheridan County, 7 in Dawes County, 6 in Morrill County, 4 in Cheyenne County, and 1 in Garden County. Well, coming up after the break, it's the first day of fall, but it may be a while until Mother Nature catches up to the changing of the seasons. Bill Warrior's got your Tuesday evening forecast right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Areas of haze and smoke out there this evening. Temps going to fall down through the 70s, eventually into the 50s, and near 70, or 60 rather, tomorrow morning. Continued warm temps are going to be around. It is going to be cooler by the weekend, but we don't really have any rain expected to come our way, and areas of smoke going to be prevalent across the region. 87 yesterday after a morning low of 47, and still another day with nothing in the rain gauge, as we're about 3/10 of an inch below normal. 69, that sounds pretty comfortable in Laramie. It's 80 in Denver. Here's 81 over in Hastings. 89 right now in Scottsbluff, 85 down in Goodland. Upper 80s to near 90, a couple of low 90s even. Chadron at 93. It looks like Valentine still at 92. 78 though over in Cheyenne. A little bit of some winds and even a few rain showers down around the Cheyenne area pushing through the region. Getting on the bus tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy to start the day, and I do think by the end of the day we'll be dealing with more sun out there. And temps in the 50s as you head to school. Getting off the bus though, look at that, at 87 degrees. Again, we have a few showers here and maybe even a rumble of thunder. Hopefully some of that able to get on that fire off to the west there of Laramie in the Medicine Bow National Forest area, that Mullen fire. That is what is pushing out the smoke into our area here this evening. Lows in the 50s overnight. For tomorrow, we have a few clouds in the morning. Those will be around. They'll clear out. I think the smoke will also push out too, because we're going to get more northwesterly flow tomorrow, and winds are going to be about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Skies will turn clear, sunny by the afternoon, and clear skies right on through the evening into early Thursday morning. Temperatures tomorrow back into the upper 80s to near 90, so pretty close to where we were today. And yes, there's still nothing coming out there in the rain gauge over the next 36 hours or so. Areas of smoke, some clouds around, 56 overnight tonight. For tomorrow, it is going to be some clouds around in the morning, late day sun, areas of smoke, I think especially in the morning tomorrow, about 89. Will warm up a little bit again on Thursday, probably our warmest day there into the low 90s. Friday back into the upper 80s. It looks like near 80 Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We may hold off the cooler weather till next week when we fall back into the 70s by Tuesday. Some indications are those temps might be a little cooler Saturday, Sunday. Right now, though, we're trending a little warmer than what we were about 24 hours ago yesterday from some of our forecast models.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors. Invest in your home.
The number one investment I like to invest in is my home. For less than your cable bill and your cell phone bill, you can have all new windows in your house. Now, I've never got a return from my cable bill, and I've never got a return from my cell phone bill. But when you invest in your home and windows, you're going to get that return.
Now more than ever, there is no place like home. Invest in it. Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. A verdict for the former Box Butte County public defender who stood trial on cocaine charges last week in Scottsbluff County District Court will not learn his fate until at least Thanksgiving. John Worthman is charged with a single count of possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. During his bench trial last week, the defense made a motion for a mistrial, and evidence was received, and the matter was taken under advisement. The trial concluded, and then District Judge Richard Birch asked both parties to submit their final closing arguments and address the mistrial issues with a deadline of November 25th for those briefings. Well, a 28-year-old Scottsbluff man is facing 4 felony charges following the execution of a search warrant at his residence. Joseph Van Winkle was arrested on Thursday after officers found 17 grams of heroin, 2 grams of meth, as well as miscellaneous knives, hatchets, and swords. He's now facing charges including a Class 1D felony of possession of heroin, 10 to 27 grams, possession of methamphetamine, possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, and no drug tax stamp. Court records say he made his initial appearance on the charges yesterday in Scottsbluff County Court. And the Nebraska State Patrol is joining forces with first responder agencies for Operation Clear Track, the single largest rail safety initiative in North America. The initiative aims to reduce the number of railway crossing and trespassing incidents, which seriously injure or kill more than 2,100 people each year. The event is held during the annual observance of Rail Safety Week, which runs through September 27th. NSP Superintendent John Bolduc says Operation Clear Track is a great reminder for all to practice safety around railroad tracks and never try to beat a train. Well, coming up after the break, Shabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. We'll have that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Keeping in line with its mission of preserving history, the Legacy of the Plains has recently added a pollinator project to the grounds. Dave Wolf, Executive Director of Legacy of the Plains Museum, explains the Bugs for Bushels project.
Really what that does is it shows the relationship between pollinators and agriculture. So before we had mechanized agriculture, every farm had a horse, a couple horses, some oxen maybe, to be able to use in the field. They had cows, they had pigs, really a holistic approach to farming. But they needed them to help with the operations. So the pollinators would stay in the pasture lands, and then when the crops started to bloom, they would go over, pollinate the crops, and then go back. So it was a real symbiotic relationship there.
Wolf says the pollinator habitat will be a complete covering with no mulching.
So that will take a couple years to be able to get going, but you'll start seeing plants up in the spring. And we tried to get a mix of spring, summer, and fall blooming plants so that they don't just all bloom at once, so that we can provide that constant habitat. And then the boxes we'll be planting and showcasing the crops that are grown around here. It's amazing when you get people from eastern Nebraska or like Iowa, Minnesota that they've heard about sugar beets, but they've never actually seen a sugar beet crop or a plant. So we're going to be able to showcase some of the different crops each year, and then also obviously highlight the one we have for our Harvest Festival.
The plants were put in the ground the first week of September with help from the Nebraska Arboretum, Nebraska Forest Service, Area Master Gardeners, and Legacy of the Plains volunteers.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
And finally tonight, the cities of Scottsbluff and Gearing would be made whole by a compromise agreement given conditional approval by Scottsbluff County Commissioners Monday over franchise fees Allo Communications mistakenly paid to the county for about a decade. Under the terms of the 5-year pact, the county would make annual payments of $77,685 to Allo, which in turn would add $25,000 for disbursements to the 2 cities within 10 days of receiving the county's portion. Scottsbluff would receive $63,000 and change a year, and Gearing just over $19,000. The agreement did not address Terrytown's portion of the mispaid fees, and Commissioner Charlie Knapper said discussions were tough, but negotiations agreed to recognize the statute of limitations on the issue and limited the county's portion to the 7 years prior to discovery of the error, with ALLO picking up the rest.
We saved some money out of the deal because ALLO is willing to take some financial responsibility for the mistake that they made, and then we went. What we're doing is we're going back 7 years.
Board Chair Ken Meyer thanked ALLO for stepping up to pay a portion of the money owed, saying it was a proper recognition of their role in creating the issue, and the yearly amount was something that could be handled inside the recently approved budget for the next fiscal year and in the years going forward. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.